Hi, everyone. Welcome to our channel. During your U.S. citizenship interview, the officer will ask you some important yes-no questions in Part 9 of the form. You can just answer yes or no to these questions, and the officer may also ask you to define some words to clarify if you can understand what you listened to. All right, let's get started. Constitution. Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States? Yes. What is the Constitution? What is the Constitution? It's the supreme law of the land. It's the supreme law of the land. Oath of allegiance. Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? Yes. Are you unable to take the oath of allegiance because of a physical or developmental disability or mental impairment? No. Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States? Yes. Do you understand what an oath of allegiance is? Do you understand what an oath of allegiance is? A promise to be loyal to the United States. A promise to be loyal to the United States. Bear arms. If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States? Yes. What does bear arms mean? What does bear arms mean? To own or use a gun to fight. To own or use a gun to fight. Non-combatant services. If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combatant services in the U.S. Armed Forces? Yes. What are non-combatant services? What are non-combatant services? Services that do not involve combat or hiding. Services that do not involve combat or hiding. Work of national importance. If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian direction? Yes. What is work of national importance? What is work of national importance? Tasks that are important to a nation during a crisis. Tasks that are important to a nation during a crisis. claimed to be a U.S. citizen? Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen in writing or any other way? No. What does claimed to be a U.S. citizen mean? What does claimed to be a U.S. citizen mean? To tell someone that you are a U.S. citizen. To tell someone that you are a U.S. citizen. Vote. Have you ever registered to vote or voted in any federal, state, or local election in the United States? No. What does it mean to vote? What does it mean to vote? To elect new leaders. To elect new leaders. Owe taxes. Do you owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes? No. What does owe taxes mean? What does owe taxes mean? To owe the government money. To owe the government money. Non-resident alien. File a tax return. Since you became a lawful permanent resident, have you called yourself a non-resident alien on a federal, state, or local tax return, or decided not to file a tax return because you considered yourself to be a non-resident? No. What is a non-resident alien? What is a non-resident alien? A person who has not passed the green card test. A person who has not passed the green card test. What does file a tax return mean? What does file a tax return mean? To send a tax form to the government. To send a tax form to the government. Communist Party. Have you ever been a member of, involved in, or in any way associated with any communist or totalitarian party anywhere in the world? No. What is the Communist Party? What is the Communist Party? No freedom, like China or North Korea. No freedom, like China or North Korea. Have you ever advocated, supported, and promoted any opposition to all organized government? No. Overthrow. Have you ever advocated, supported, and promoted any of the overthrow by force or violence or other unconstitutional means of the government of the United States or all forms of law? No. What does overthrow mean? What does overthrow mean? To remove a government by force. To remove a government by force. Sabotage. Have you ever advocated, supported, and promoted any sabotage? No. What is sabotage? What is sabotage? The act of destroying something. The act of destroying something. Weapon. Have you ever been a member of, involved in, or in any way associated with, or have you ever provided money, a thing of value, services, or labor, or any other assistance or support to a group that used a weapon or explosive with intent to harm another person or cause damage to property? No. Were you ever a part of any group, or did you ever help any group, unit, or organization that used a weapon against any person or threatened to do so? No. Have you ever sold, provided, or transported weapons, or assisted any person in selling, providing, or transporting weapons which you knew or believed would be used against another person? No. What is weapon? What is weapon? An object such as a knife, gun, or bomb. An object such as a knife, gun, or bomb. Kidnapping. Have you ever been a member of, involved in, or in any way associated with, or have you ever provided money, a thing of value, services, or labor, or any other assistance or support to a group that engaged, participated in kidnapping, assassination, or hijacking or sabotage of an airplane, ship, vehicle, or other mode of transportation? No. What does kidnapping mean? What does kidnapping mean? To take a person away illegally by force. To take a person away illegally by force. Threatened. Have you ever been a member of, involved in, or in any way associated with, or have you ever provided money, a thing of value, services, or labor, or any other assistance or support to a group that threatened, attempted, tried, conspired, planned with others, prepared, planned, advocated for, or incited, encouraged, others to commit any of the acts listed in item numbers 6A or 6B? No. Have you ever participated in any kind of sexual contact or activity with any person who did not consent, did not agree, or was unable to consent, could not agree, or was being forced or threatened by you or someone else? No. What does threaten mean? What does threaten mean? To tell someone that you will kill or hurt them. To tell someone that you will kill or hurt them. Torture. Have you ever ordered, incited, called for, committed, assisted, helped with, or otherwise participated in torture? No. Do you understand the word torture? Do you understand the word torture? The act of causing great pain to someone. The act of causing great pain to someone. Kill. Have you ever participated in killing or trying to kill any person? No. What does kill mean? What does kill mean? To cause someone to die. To cause someone to die. Religion. Have you ever ordered, incited, called for, committed, assisted, helped with, or otherwise participated in not letting someone practice their religion? No. What is religion? What is religion? The belief in a god or gods. The belief in a god or gods. Weapons training. Have you ever received any weapons training, paramilitary training, or other military-type training? No. What is weapons training? What is weapons training? Learning how to use a gun. Learning how to use a gun. Commit. Crime. Offense. To be arrested. Have you ever committed, agreed to commit, asked someone else to commit, helped commit, or tried to commit a crime or offense for which you were not arrested? No. What does commit mean? What does commit mean? To do something wrong or illegal. To do something wrong or illegal. What is a crime? What is a crime? An action that breaks the law. An action that breaks the law. What is offense? What is offense? A minor crime. A minor crime. What does to be arrested mean? What does to be arrested mean? Handcuffed by police. Handcuffed by police. To be cited. To be detained. To be confined. Have you ever been arrested, cited, detained, or confined by any law enforcement officer, military official in the U.S. or elsewhere, or immigration official for any reason, or been charged with a crime or offense? No. Do you understand what to be cited means? Do you understand what to be cited means? Given a ticket by police. Given a ticket by police. What does to be detained mean? What does to be detained mean? Held in custody by police. Held in custody by police. What does to be confined mean? What does to be confined mean? To be kept in a place. To be kept in a place. Prostitute. Prostitution. Procure. Have you ever engaged in prostitution? Attempted to procure or import prostitutes or persons for the purpose of prostitution, or received any proceeds or money from prostitution? No. Please tell me what a prostitute is. Please tell me what a prostitute is. Someone who has sex for money. Someone who has sex for money. What is prostitution? What is prostitution? The work of a prostitute. The work of a prostitute. Do you know what procure means? Do you know what procure means? To find a prostitute for somebody. To find a prostitute for somebody. Smuggle. Illegal drugs or narcotics. Have you ever manufactured, cultivated, produced, distributed, dispensed, sold, or smuggled, trafficked any controlled substances, illegal drugs, narcotics, or drug paraphernalia in violation of any law or regulation of a U.S. state, the United States, or a foreign country? No. What does smuggle mean? What does smuggle mean? To take things to a country illegally. To take things to a country illegally. What does illegal drugs or narcotics mean? What does illegal drugs or narcotics mean? Like heroin or cocaine. Like heroin or cocaine. Have you ever been married to more than one person at the same time? No. Immigration benefit. Have you ever married someone in order to obtain an immigration benefit? No. What is immigration benefit? What is immigration benefit? Things like a visa, green card, or citizenship. Things like a visa, green card, or citizenship. Have you ever helped anyone to enter or try to enter the United States illegally? No. Illegal gambling. Have you ever gambled illegally or received income from illegal gambling? No. Tell me what illegal gambling means. Tell me what illegal gambling means. To play a game for money is not allowed under the law. To play a game for money is not allowed under the law. Pay alimony. Have you ever failed to support your dependents, pay child support, or to pay alimony? No. What does pay alimony mean? What does pay alimony mean? To pay money to an ex-spouse after a divorce. To pay money to an ex-spouse after a divorce. Public benefit. Have you ever made any misrepresentation to obtain any public benefit in the United States? No. What is public benefit? What is public benefit? Welfare, like food stamps, education, housing. Welfare, like food stamps, education, housing. False. Fraudulent. Misleading. Have you ever given any U.S. government officials any information or documentation that was false, fraudulent, or misleading? No. Do you know what false is? Do you know what false is? It means it's not true. It means it's not true. What is fraudulent? What is fraudulent? Intended to deceive somebody. Intended to deceive somebody. What is misleading? What is misleading? Giving somebody the wrong idea. Giving somebody the wrong idea. Lie. Have you ever lied to any U.S. government officials to gain entry or admission into the United States or to gain immigration benefits while in the United States? No. What does lie mean? What does lie mean? To say something that is not true. To say something that is not true. Deportation proceeding. Have you ever been placed in removal, rescission, or deportation proceedings? No. What is deportation proceeding? What is deportation proceeding? Process for removing a person. Process for removing a person. Deported. Have you ever been removed or deported from the United States? No. What does to be deported mean? What does to be deported mean? To be forced to leave the U.S. To be forced to leave the U.S. Avoid being drafted. Have you ever left the United States to avoid being drafted in the U.S. Armed Forces? No. What does avoid being drafted mean? What does avoid being drafted mean? To prevent being selected as a soldier. To prevent being selected as a soldier. U.S. Armed Forces. Have you ever served in the U.S. Armed Forces? No. Do you know what U.S. Armed Forces are? Do you know what U.S. Armed Forces are? U.S. Military, Navy, Air Force, Space Force. U.S. Military, Navy, Air Force, Space Force. Hereditary title. Do you now have, or did you ever have, a hereditary title or an order of nobility in any foreign country? No. What is a hereditary title? What is a hereditary title? A royal title like prince or princess. A royal title like prince or princess. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more.